Hello everybody and welcome to Revolution Championship Wrestling Season 2. We are on to the next week. I don't remember what number we're on of Season 2 now. I think 3 or 4.
3.
Yeah. Of Season 2. I am Carl, as always, your Game Master / Head Booker, which we'll get on to in a second. And I am joined by the new RCW World Heavyweight Champion, Tom, who is playing Sir Oliver Sterling. We have got the resident Shawn Michaels of RCW / CM Punk. We've got Jack, played by Kim.
Kim, you're playing your character now is mimicking one of the wrestlers you hate. Cool.
Who else is a problem child backstage these days? Drew McIntyre, I guess. Karrion Kross.
Hey.
Watch it.
Mercedes Moné, I guess.
Well, I would say he's probably more of a CM Punk because he's making his issues very verbal,
very public and on screen.
Yes.
Yes.
I
mean, Karrion.
I was never planning
Kross
to
is
be
also doing that, on the after shows.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But Jack's more on the Punk route.
Yes.
He'll fight.
We've got with us the current tag team champions. We've got the Bruiser.
Only thing I'm going to say is the calm before the storm.
Played by Badley, of course. And we've got Riley, who plays Chris.
They are currently driving, so they cannot speak.
On the way to the show.
You are also forgetting about the freak.
I know.
Played by Ross.
I know. I'm getting there.
You said and. That's usually the last one in the
list. They are
list.
the tag team champions. I was introducing them together.
Hey. That's the head booker, so hush.
And we also have Ross, who plays the Freak, who's feuding with, I think, almost everybody at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
All of us want a piece of the Freak.
The Freak stepped into my gap when you guys decided I needed to be a babyface, even though I was a racist, sexist, homophobe who hates women.
Jack did some healing for Sterling.
Mm-hmm. And I still say this was all Freak's master plan because Sterling was a better heel in the beginning, and I wanted you out of the way. It worked.
So there's going to be a couple of. We're going to start with the backstage stuff, and there is going to be some interesting developments backstage during this episode. So, the first thing is you get there and you've had no communication about what you're doing tonight. The whiteboard is blank when you get there. You've had no text or communication from me. You've just been told to turn up at your normal time. So you're
That's suspicious.
Arrive to the building as normal. Jack, when you come into the locker room, 911 are stand between you and the locker room door.
Oh.
And Dominator puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Word down from the chief. You're not to be let in."
Oh. So, Jack... 911 can see Jack break because in his years of wrestling, he's never been kicked out of a locker room. Mm-hmm. But because he was raised smart with the assistance of one Nova Delight, he looks like he's processing the emotions incredibly quick, and he just nods his head and just like, all right. And he just starts walking away to find somewhere for him to go change. He realizes his actions from last week is probably the reason why he just got told he's not allowed in the locker room anymore.
Yeah, definitely. So in the locker room, said Chief Alhama, who is sort of the locker room leader, sort of the veteran who is playing the on-screen GM at the minute, isn't actually an active wrestler. He's asking the questions of the production team. What's going on? Why haven't we had any communication about what we're doing tonight? And one of the production staff will respond to him saying, there's a thing that's happened. All I know is that the Booker isn't here.
Oh shit.
Oh crap.
That's. Hang tight. I've been told somebody will be coming and seeing you all shortly. So we'll do some behind the scenes stuff with you guys, and then we'll go on to that as we wait for the word to come down as to what's going on.
I will say, because now Jack's not in the men's room, and we've established their intergender. Lexi instead doesn't come into the men's room. They go straight to the women's, and Nova does follow them as well into that locker room. So if they're needed, someone's gonna have to poke their head into the women's to grab them. Jack, at this moment, he's looking for somewhere he can change safely.
There's always Freak's homeless camp in the parking lot.
You know what? Fuck it. He's gonna go to the homeless camp and change there, because he at least knows they won't make sure nobody will fuck with him. Because he is a trans man in a red state. He is paranoid wherever the fuck he goes.
Anything else anybody else wants to do before we move on to what is going on?
Not really. I think we're all just waiting.
I had stuff for the Booker, but he's not fucking here,
but... So Jack,
I sort of needed to talk to the Booker about this, but
Jack, you're
he's
outside
not here, so...
with the sort of the outside sort of caravan, as it were.
I'm with the extras.
Yeah, outside, sort of hanging out. Eventually, you see a limo pull up. From the limo,
I'm gonna check. Jack's gonna check his phone real quick and make sure it's please tell me this is not my parents showing up right now, because this is not the sight they need to see me do.
From the limo comes a guy in a power suit, grain temples, who you've never seen before. He has a pad in hand, and he's sort of looking like, okay, yeah, we're good to do this. And he walks. Yeah.
He's gonna take a quick photo of this dude, and I know 100% there's an RCW group chat. He's fucking hitting Sin and going, "Dude stepped out of limo. Seems sus."
Behind him,
and he sent it to the group chat.
Yeah, behind them there's a couple of people. You notice a logo on some of the stuff that the people have. The logo says CTV.
Photo send. Jack is sending these photos because he 100% he would have been told by at least Nova or Lexi about Booker's not here. But if he's outside with the other homeless camp people, God fuck Ross, what the fuck's with your phone changing RBGs on Venom's eyes?
Sorry, I was just trying to pantomime being on my phone watching your chat. I wasn't trying to interrupt.
But no, Jack is 100% sending photos of what he is seeing, because he's pretty sure they don't know he's one of the actual talents. So he's using this opportunity to get secret photos and send anything he hears from these people to the group.
So this guy in the power suit will walk into the building and with his entourage, as it were, and he will go to the Booker's office, look at it, decide it's far too small, and will instead arrange a bigger room for him to be in, which he basically takes up one of the production meeting rooms and takes over it, kicks them out, makes it his office. And then word comes down that there's going to be a production meeting in that room in 10 minutes with all the talent.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Why do I get a funny feeling something's really crazy is about to happen?
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming Jack's partner is going to let him know, so Jack makes his way towards the production room. So does Nova and Lexi, and Lexi is very obviously wearing a hoodie twice their size, trying to cover themselves like this. as they're in there. It's like I'm not happy with part of my costume change, but I'm just
So all of you get the word to come to the production room. Is everybody coming?
Hi.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And responding to the pictures, to Sterling will say, just at random.
Sterling.
Well, I assume Sterling's coming with us to the meeting, so I'm just making an aside comment.
Oh, okay. You're saying it to Sterling. I thought you were saying Sterling
Jack's
was
pictures
saying
on the phone and saying, "Yeah, not my first Vince McMahon wannabe. Let's see what this is about."
After all these years, you know a fucking takeover when you see one, lads. Put it this way.
Yeah, at least it's
gone. Okay? So, because we're having this conversation before we go to this meeting, so we've got a bit of time. Listen. However any of you feel about me and this, they don't know the first fucking thing about this place. So we need to put on a united front. There's no Travis. Chiefs kicked Jack out of the locker room. We've just got to do we've got to do what we've got to do. But I don't. And Bruiser, I know you don't like me being friends with Booker. Well, there you go. That a problem solved for you, lad. Okay.
I have no comment.
Let's just go and find out. Let's go and find out, because that logo's a TV company, I'm pretty sure.
Let's put an American spin on what he's saying. Ben Franklin, I believe, once said something along the lines of, "We hang together or we all hang separately." He's got a point.
I'm just going to add this one thing. As one of the most famous or infamous people in American history once said, depending on your point of view with the guy, we're always willing to be reasonable until we have to become unreasonable. That man's name was Marvin Heemeyer.
I believe the youngsters.
Why are you all quoting Americans? Just be a united front. We all work on the same farm. Just shut up and do your job. And at that point, when Lexi, because very clearly it's Lexi speaking, says at that point, they're looking at Toby in particular, knowing if he's going to be in a close room with Bruiser, that shit's going to happen. And she's like, no, you're going to suck it up and do your fucking job. That was just said directly towards Jack.
I think for sake of appearances, Sterling leads the group in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he is our world champion, yeah.
You walk in on the side.
And no one has a Komatsu bulldozer that they've converted into a homemade tank, do they?
Yeah, the word will. I would imagine one of you will have put in the group chat for Jack to come inside.
Oh no, Lexi and Nova would be the two regularly going, get your ass inside. Let Nova just trying to keep the peace. Lexi's no, get your fucking little ass inside, goddammit.
So eventually everybody comes in, the veterans led by Chief, everybody else led in by the new champion Sterling. As everybody makes their way to the front, everybody takes a seat. The room's been set up in sort of a standard sort of conference sort of way, so that there's 50 chairs, enough for all the wrestlers and the production staff. This is very much sort of an all hands on deck sort of meeting. So eventually the guy with the grey temples will walk to the front. Okay, I think that's everybody here. Right, so obviously there's been rumours circling around, but we tried to keep it quiet. My name is Michael Mann, and I am been assigned...
Michael Mann?
I'm sorry.
Michael Mann! Michael Mann, Carl!
Is that the best you could come up with?
Sure was.
You might as well just call
John Jacob,
you might as well
Smith.
just call the guy's name Vincent Kennedy McMahon, for crying out loud.
You remember how I called it going to be WEW in this? It's all.
Hey, it's better than Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or Tony Bitchcon.
I mean the fact that his name shortens down to Mick Man is fantastic.
It's pretty good though.
My name is Michael Mann, and I have been assigned as the new creative director and chief of operations here at RCW. For those of you who haven't heard, RCW has been acquired by CTV, that's Connecticut Television Network, Central Television, who has acquired RCW. I know that obviously it has had some financial troubles the last couple of years, and the move down here to Orlando did not help with that. So we came in, and behind the scenes, the last month or two, we have acquired Revolutionary Championship Wrestling because we believe that this company was once something. It was once a true competition to WEW, and we believe it can be again, given the right amount of money and the right creative direction and the right use of appealing to the right demographics.
Playing from desktop gauge 167.
What? No, shut up.
What the fuck?
What was that?
I was not the only one that got that, was I?
That was
No,
that happened to me.
Off, like
That
my
was,
My Discord also kicked me out and signed me back in.
Yeah, same.
How does that happen? Carl, what the fuck did you do?
I don't know.
Oh wait, I think I know what it is. Someone by the name, since he named himself a McMahon, and wants to take over now.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, ignoring my assistant there, who I will not name, because it will set it off again.
Miss Bliss.
Yes. So, yeah, I have been assigned to oversee the creative direction of Revolution Championship Wrestling going forward. Now, I know obviously some of you asking about the former owner and head booker. We at Central Television felt that due to the fire incident and several other incidents that, quite frankly, he should have had control over on his television the last couple of weeks, where real life things spilled out onto the show. He no longer.
At that point, Nova's just looking at her three, just like,
We felt like
Hey, he's just standing there, just like.
We felt as though he never had control of the talent, and obviously it put this company in grave jeopardy. We want to step away from the days of almost setting buildings on fire and getting kicked out of a state, and moving on from.
Wait, we were kicked out of a state?
Well, you were kicked out of a building and had to move states.
But this is not me saying it in any of the characters. We were kicked out of a state. We were just kicked out of the building. We just chose to move.
And unable to get a good building in that state, so had to move.
I was like, did I literally miss a session somehow? We got kicked out of California.
No, he's exaggerating, but
okay.
And due to that, we felt like, for obvious public relations reasons, we have to move on. So I will now be in charge of the creative direction of this company, and I believe that together, with all of you, we can make this company great again. Any questions? Please show a raise of hands if you have any questions.
I mean,
Tell us.
I'm pretty sure.
Raise your hand, please. Let's do this in an orderly fashion. And I will point to you when it is your turn. Raise your hands if you have a question. No? Yeah, two of you spoke, but you don't have a question? Okay. Well, if there's no questions, then we will bring this meet. Oh, okay. You, sir, in the back there. What was your name?
I'm Ross. They call me Freak here. From what I understand, you're in charge now. I'm assuming you're getting to it, but what's the plan for tonight for the show?
Oh, right, yeah. I'll have that worked up shortly. I was going to have something with Travis Knox and Onyx Adams, but they're obviously not here. So I will work that out. I need to have a look at the talent roster, familiarize myself with all of you and who you all are first, and then make a decision. I've got some aides that will help me who have actually watched this show before. Anybody else? Well then, we'll have a good show. I will post the card up in approximately an hour's time, I should say. Any questions, come see me in this office. My door is always open. Unless, of course, my father has come to visit me. Thank you.
Father?
Yes, the head of the network.
I see.
I have been assigned this company to prove myself as a worthy businessman under my father. To turn this company around and actually make it profitable.
Okay.
Oh, before we go, does anybody have the number for the former international champion Kendra?
I think I might know someone who does.
Thank you. Excalibur, anybody got a number for him?
If you're looking for Excalibur or any other them, they all jumped ship after someone set the building on fire.
I know, and obviously, but they are much bigger stars, so we want to bring them back.
Jack's raising his hand.
Go ahead.
If you give me a list, me and my partner here, and he's pointing towards Lexi for this, we've actually had some appear in our promotion, FCW. I can give you some of their contact info. That's not a problem.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. If you could work up a list of with recommendations of people we could bring in who you think would bring more eyes to the product, then absolutely, I will take a look at those and get my assistant to see if they're actually workable.
Well, then you're going to want to talk to them because Lexi does a lot of the booking with FCW because they asked them to step in for that position.
Oh, I see.
So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My partner helps book with the local Florida scene. That's where we.
I see. I see.
Yeah, they can help you get those wrestlers.
Yeah. Speaking of corporate synergy, obviously, just one thing, you know about the whole deal we've had with BCW. That was a recent thing that we have started.
It means BWF.
Thank you, BWF. We recently had that merger was arranged by my company behind the scenes, and as a result, we'll be bringing in some new people from that company as we merge that company with ours.
We can also, like I said, we can help you with some local indie talent.
Yeah, I understand.
Tell you, CW ain't going to merge, but we did have just a gentleman's agreement of our titles can show up, but we want to bring over some to help you guys out.
I understand. I think we've got enough of unknowns at the moment. So I think right now my focus is getting on named talent who have recognizable name value with more people than just in this state.
I mean, yeah, we do have others. I'm just saying, if you ever need one-offs we can help you out.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, we might be backyard wrestlers, but we know how to put over somebody.
If you get the list to my assistant, we'll have a look over.
Lexi's already on their phone, preparing the list.
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing else, I will see you all shortly. Anybody else has any questions, you're welcome to stay behind in private.
Jack's gonna go wander off to catering because he has nowhere else he can go right now.
Mhm.
He's just gonna go sit in catering. Well, Lexi and Nova just go back to the locker room.
I don't know if anyone else is staying, but the only other person that stands there is a 60-year-old gentleman with shoulder-length gray hair and about the way my goatee is right now.
Mhm.
This is McAllister, the owner of BWF.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Youngin, I'd like to thank you for letting us merge, because some of the boys back there, they were really wanting another opportunity, and yes, BWF, it's good where it is, but a merger here was the best option. So
Absolutely.
I thank you for allowing this to happen.
Absolutely, we can penetrate the British market, which is a good thing with a lot of British talent that we have.
Exactly. So while I'm right here, hold on one second. He's basically pulling out the last bit of paperwork that he has, and he said, "Do I give this to you just to have your signature or initial, or give this to your assistant?"
Yep, that's fine. In terms of the last thing on here, obviously that transition just took place, so I don't want to take the belt off him immediately, just for the sakes of the fans, but we will get round to that, okay?
All right. Oh, by the way, the Kendra lady you were looking for,
Mm-hmm.
she is currently the very first female BWF World Champion in history, so she'll be coming back and forth. Don't you worry about that.
Good. We need more diversity in this company.
Don't worry, I'll handle it. Alright, well, if there's nothing else you need me for, then... Oh, actually, I don't know if you heard, but me and the other two people I'm with, my prized pupil, Bruiser, as well as Chris, they were actually given opportunities to represent RCW, not only in BWF, but over in Puerto Rico, and you now have a faction that has 3 sets of tag team championships. Is that going to be an issue?
Not an issue with me. I think, so we don't have brand confusion, I think they should only wear the RCW and BWF titles on TV. Just because we haven't made a deal with that other company, I don't want to misrepresent their interests or promote a company that I have no interest in.
Fair enough. Alright. I guess I will see you later. Thank you, Union.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's the best accent I can get.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I didn't know McAllister was from the UK.
The more you... Hey, you're finding out more about him than you thought you did.
Anybody else got anything that they want to talk about with the new ownership or anything else backstage?
Only thing I will say...
I would say Jack will eventually, like, after he thinks everybody is gone, would go back to the booker and actually talk to him about how he did ask for a title shot or a title opportunity.
Yeah, you joined the line, enforced by some of the promotion staff. Eventually, after about half an hour, you get in. It's not the open door that you had with me. It is very much more organised and corporate. Yes, Jack. What can I do for you?
Hi. So I don't know where you guys like left off on like storylines, so like who was doing what. Even though I also know like what happened last week might derail it a bit, but the booker said he would put me into the routes for the did we say the international?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say IC. I'm like, no, it's not IC. What is it? The international title opportunity shot, because all the others are about the tag or the world. I want to go for the mid card title if that's still all right.
Yeah, I see you in that sort of position. That's fine. I have no problem with doing that tonight. I mean, we haven't had that belt. That belt hasn't been on television for a while, from what I understand, from what my assistant told me.
No.
So, I mean, legitimacy-wise, we have to have you beat somebody. How would you feel about doing a match with... Who were you saying? Who would you say you were recently feuding with? The most.
Well, besides the obvious, because of real life shit, no one. Because the last booker kept me and Bruiser nonstop. Like, we neither of us had the opportunity to do anything else. It was just me and him, me and him, me and him. Now, I know I still kind of, if you want to go back to that story, I had issues with the Freak. But the last person I really got to fight was Bane in 911.
Okay.
Otherwise, since then, it's essentially been
I think that sounds fair. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have you have a match with Bane tonight, and by hook or by crook, you end up becoming international champion in a match with him.
This is just me out of character. Wasn't Bane's storyline injured?
For just that one episode.
He got Pillmanized.
Then that fucks up half of the promo I had then. Oh well.
Do you think that you think that makes the most sense, you against Bane?
I mean, it's going back to stuff from before now. So that's yeah.
See,
that's been the issue with the tag title. The tag titles
But Jack and Lexi
was but that's part of the issue was I had the tag titles, but I was constantly feuding with a guy who I thought was my friend, and we never got to do anything outside of that. So I theoretically have no real feuds with anybody at this time.
As he's sitting there, one of his assistants will whisper something into his ear. Oh. Yes, we have... Bane is tied up, apparently, with a tag team feud with the tag team champions, so maybe that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, if we're going to continue that... I want to do kind of a way to introduce the belt would be some sort of tournament or something. Would be the best way to do it. So, yeah, let's do an 8-person tournament for the International Championship with the talent that we have here tonight. And the winner of that tournament will be the International Champion.
Oh. So you're saying all of us that don't have a title are going to compete for this tournament, and you're saying I'm going to win it regardless?
That's the plan.
Oh, okay. Jack's a little like, I did not expect this route, but okay, I'll work with it.
We'll do some sort of tournament tonight. We'll do the first round.
All right.
Why I've got you. What is your current contract status?
I think I was provided. I mean, it's not an exclusive because, like I said, I do. Mm-hmm. I of course help with the promotion that ran me here, but I was given a 3-year contract.
Okay, and that's on a per show basis.
Yeah, I'm always essentially available for every show.
$564 per show is what I've got here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that seems reasonable.
Why are you thinking about exclusivity now with the company taking over?
We're looking into it, yes.
Oh, okay.
It would mean that you would not be able to wrestle for any other company apart from the BWF.
What about if I forgot my own fucking promotion?
FCW. No, you would not be able to work for them anymore.
So that would also mean my partner would have to drop their belt because they're also the first woman
that was
for FCW.
That was another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Lexi.
Do you want Lexi here for this combo?
Yeah, let's bring Lexi in. I think our meeting's done.
Texas, Lexi, and then like 5 minutes later, Lexi comes in.
Okay. Lexi, as I was talking to your partner about, I'm looking into doing exclusive contracts, which would mean if you wanted to sign with us going forward, I would need you to leave FCW.
You see Lexi has this face like, well, fuck, I just heard. Now, if I cite exclusivity, what can I expect from you guys for exclusivity? I had exclusivity in Germany, but coming to America, I have been kind of more free agent.
You would have an exclusive contract with a downsized guarantee. You would get paid every month regardless of injury or what status you are or how much you work. Whether you're on the show or not, you will get paid. You will also get medical benefits.
You see Lexi and Jack just look at each other. Do you need answer tonight, or can we have some...
No. Get it to me by next taping.
Okay,
for both of you. Obviously, if you say no, we will have to give you a notice and write you off of television.
You see, Lexi looks like they're contemplating, but Jack immediately goes, "I want to sign exclusivity.
Okay.
My goals is to always in every. I'm trying not to slip into a Lexi right now. My goals are in every promotion I want to be with, and it eventually being like WEW. But if you want to be the WEW rival, my goal is always to be the company's first transgender champion. Now, I know Sterling deserves the reign. I'm willing to work for it. That's why I'm asking for the IN title. But I'm willing, if you're willing to take a risk on me, even though I
say that. You just this.
Cause issues, I will sign.
Clicks his fingers, and an assistant hands you a contract with a pen.
Jack does take the time to look through it because he definitely knows what he's doing.
Make sure to contact your attorney to have a look over it. I think.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have my attorney look over it.
As you'll see, the downside guarantee is $6,000 a month. Downside, but you'd obviously make more than that if you work shows, and you will make more than that if you work the shows, and you will receive. The company will pay for half of your any medical bills you accrue instead of you having to pay for your own.
Yeah. He's gonna look at Lexi and he mutters something to them in German real quick. Can we still have the contract for Lexi so my attorney can also look over it while they make their decision?
Oh, you have the same attorney. Okay.
Yes, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask. What about my mom, Nova? I know she's not a wrestler. I know, like, originally she came into RCW, like, being kind of more of my mouthpiece because I do have a problem with shyness when I'm in new places, but, like, she's been helping a lot of everybody behind the scenes. Like, where Sterling and the Chief are, like, locker room leaders, Mal's kind of like our locker room mom. She makes sure all of us are taken care of.
I understand that.
Yeah.
We don't have a contract for her right now. However, she may be considered in the future.
Okay. And I will say this, even though I fucking hate the dude right now, if you offer one to Bruiser, he is going to likely make his decision based off of Nova. The man's a simp for my mom, like I am for them. Pointing to Lexi, because he's going to admit this, because Bruiser is a simp for Nova Delight, and you will not argue with me on this, Bruiser. But just make it very clear to him that this is in the Nova's decision and not to base his choice on her choice, because I know he's going to be like that if you don't offer her one, but you offer him one. She ain't going to be hurt or offended, but he's gonna try to be like, maybe not if she can't be here. Just try to convince him because he's a talent you deserve to have, regardless of how I feel about him.
Thank you for your input. Go and have your attorney look over those contracts and get back to me as soon as you can.
I will. You'll have them, at least mine, signed by next week. I'll bring theirs if they decide to sign as well.
While we're doing the contract talks, could you send the freak to me next, please?
Yeah. Babe, you got that? Yeah. Because Lexi's the only one who can go to the locker room.
Yeah.
So Jack, once again, he goes. Well, he's going to take the contracts to his car and have them locked up, but then go back to catering if anybody wants him. Lexi is going to go into the men's room and just look at everyone's like, so interesting news. Fucking shit, I had the thing happen again.
Yeah, it just happened again.
I think it's a Discord thing. Alright, so back. So news for you all to know. New guys are talking contracts.
Are you serious right now?
Toby and I were offered exclusive.
So
We all might be getting contract negotiations. They did ask for freak necks.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I think it might be good because, like I said, Toby was offered exclusive. I also, even though I'm very new with all you guys, I was also offered exclusive. I actually have to consider because that means I have to drop my world title. But I'm just letting you guys know it could be good things. But he asked for freak necks.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think you guys sign them. Quite frankly, all of you, including you, Lexi.
I have to have lawyers look
like,
over.
Yeah,
first.
I know. But listen, they're gonna have me drop this to one of you. I hope it's Toby, frankly. But
he pitched to Booker. I'll let you also know. Bruiser, you know this. He wants to be RCW's first challenger world champion soon. But he will work for it.
I know the old Booker wanted Freak to take this off me. Personally, and I know Bruiser is trying to extend his connections to McAllister to get this thing off me. And you can say you're not. I don't care. I know you are. But I want to drop this to Toby, and then because they're not going to get, then they ain't going to offer me no exclusive contract. They don't want me. They don't want me around this. They don't want me. I know I'm the old Booker's man. They don't want me. So you guys sign those exclusive deals. I will drop this to one of you, and then this power suit guy is going to take this old dog out the back and put two in the back of my head with the Lupara. So,
I mean, I can take you. We can take you out like a pig, just quick and simple. Lexi taking it a little too serious because the German humor.
Yeah. Sterling gives her a look. Gives them a look. I've done this before. Sterling gives them a look.
Gently reminds like them.
Sterling gives them a look, but look, I don't like big takeovers. They don't usually go well, but I think this new CEO or whatever he's going to be, I think he is serious about this.
I mean, like I said, if he's offering us contracts, like renegotiate it, like he had Tulpi's and mine pre-made.
When they walked in here, I thought we were all for the we were all for the shit heap, and in comes all these new guys, and they did talk about that in the meeting. But the fact that they have offered Lexi and Toby deals tells me they're going to do this one way or another. So, Freak, go and get the contract you deserve, lad.
We'll see.
I imagine I'll be in next to be told week by week until one of you guys puts me down.
But and I because I assume at that point you're done.
Sterling at that point is visibly sits down and sort of you can tell you can tell he feels as if the carpet's just been pulled out underneath him.
Lexi's
So
gonna
sort of
quickly they're gonna sit down and look at Sterling and go, he asked about Nova and they don't know if Nova's staying or not just yet. So your world might not be the only one who gets shattered. And Lexi's gonna pat Sterling on the leg. Get up. And I don't know if Bradley can hear, but I will send this to him as a message too. Oh, okay. Kick Discord is being a dick. So I will repeat this to him as a message. So this way everyone can hear. They are gonna look at Bruiser after hearing that Bruiser is using sneaky hand tactics to get a world title, shake their head and go, Nova's, oh, perfect. Can you hear us, Bradley? Or is your Discord being a dick again? I have a feeling Discord's being a dick. But Lexi is going to look at Bruiser, like I said, finding out he might be getting his title through backhand techniques by using McAllister. Look at them and just like, neither of them are going to be happy when they find out what he just said. Referring to what Sterling said before they walk out of the locker room. All right, so Frank, your turn.
Okay. Well, before the Freak leaves the locker room after watching all of this, he's going to pull aside probably Sentai Ranger and quietly give the direction to have the homeless camp picked up early tonight. One way or another, somehow I feel that's not going to be a good idea anymore. And then he will, strapping on more confidence and cheer than he is actually feeling, will head to where he was told to go.
Yes. Ross, come in. Take a sit down. So, you might have heard that we are looking to sign people to exclusive deals. It would mean that you would be wrestling for only RCW and its affiliate companies. BWF at the moment, we're looking to acquire other companies within the network under the umbrella. But for now, it would just be RCW and BWF. You wouldn't be able to wrestle for any other companies other than those. How do you feel about that?
Most people. Sorry, it's not anything I've considered in a long time. I do work other places, but I think I'd be a fool to turn down that opportunity. So.
Well, have a look over this contract. There are a couple of people, a couple of things you might want to look over. Obviously, the number there. I think you're being well compensated for your position on the card. With room for growth, obviously, you'll get extra bonuses, things like that for matches that you do. There is a couple of things, though, since the company is going to be picking up half of any medical bills acquired. And because we want to appeal to a broader audience than RCW has been, we're going to cut back on sort of the hardcore weapons and things like that. Certain things will no longer be allowed. Glass will no longer be allowed in matches. Fire, nails, thumbtacks, things like that nature will be prohibited from now on. And in that contract that you're signing, it will stipulate that by signing this contract, you agree that you will not use any of those extra violent weapons in your matches.
By signing the contract, I agree that. Okay, I'll take a look
You
at
can
it.
still use chairs, things like that. Sort of the generic pro wrestling weapons, but nothing too violent anymore. The kind of things that got this company into the trouble it was in the first place.
The backyard wrestlers being told you can't do backyard shenanigans. Goddamn.
To be fair, most of what I've done is more likely to hurt myself than anybody
I
else.
understand. I'm just saying.
I still see your point.
I'm just explaining for you and for Jack and for everybody else that is in those contracts that you cannot perform any of those kind of moves. Doing so will get you a $5,000 fine and a warning. The second time will get you a $10,000 fine and a final warning, and the third time will get you terminated.
That sounds fair.
Other than that, take it to your attorney, have a look over. I understand that the plan was you might be getting a title shot with Sterling at some point.
At the end of our last gathering, the previous booker mentioned that those were probably his plans. I'm not completely convinced that's the best bet, so if you're changing plans, you don't have to worry about me being upset.
Thank you. You're making my life a lot easier. Because, honestly, you're a fantastic attraction wrestler, but I don't see you as a champion. So, honestly, I think somebody a little bit more like perhaps either Jack or Bruiser would appeal to the mass audience a little bit more, in my opinion.
Okay, you have seen what they did with light tubes just recently, right?
I do.
Nothing I've done has been anywhere near as crazy.
But
as
it will
the
be
shit
in their
that people
contracts
love.
not to do that, of course. Just
Okay.
no offense, but you're not exactly what people think of when they think of a wrestler. You understand what I mean by that?
Jack's heart is shattering if he would be there. Like, oh my god.
Saying this out of character just to make sure. Yeah, Freak is very quiet in response to that, but I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you out of it.
So yeah, look it over. So when you look at the contract, you will see that your contract is for about half the money that Jack's was at. And it does have all the primitive things about weapons in there, and it is also a shorter term than Jack's was.
What did I just miss to see Chris's face?
Bruiser's contract has been offered is for about half the amount of money that you were offered, and for half the amount of time. Freak, sorry.
The actual disrespect I am listening to. God damn.
Wait. So hold on. You're saying out of the three right now, I am the highest, then Freak, then Bruiser?
No, not Bruiser yet. He hasn't had his one yet. But Freak has been offered the lowest amount so far. And been told he's not going to be a world champion.
Oh no, I heard the world champion part because I very said it's like if Jack was there, his heart would break hearing someone say Freak is not a wrestler because Freak is one of Jack's
favorites. They've offered him a contract, but they've offered him an undercard contract basically.
Bro gives the best promos. Like what?
Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Kim.
I was gonna say, me as player wants Jack to come hug Freak, but I'm like, Jack can't know this.
But yeah, go and have your lawyers look over that and get back to me. If it's a no, then it was nice working with you.
Freak stands up. and walks away. Doesn't even say goodbye or anything.
I suppose I didn't expect any better.
Would Jack be available?
Yes, he's
fine.
sitting in catering because
Okay.
he's not allowed in the locker room.
Did the
Freak.
did they call for anybody else? Who's
Yeah,
next?
one by one. I'll wait till Bruce gets back because I think Chris and Bruce are recording together.
Okay.
So Sterling,
May I have one moment with
Yeah,
Kim
go
before
ahead
move
and do
on?
your thing first.
Okay. Freak is going to sit down next
I
to
don't think
Kim
we're getting Bruce.
next to Jack in catering. And just now the moroseness, the sadness is showing.
Jack would be sitting there like eating something, and then he notices, he puts down his spoon and everything's like, "What's wrong, buddy?"
Fair warning, kid. I get the impression one of two things is happening here. Either
Yeah.
they do not think much of me, which is what they're trying to tell me. I, however, think they're trying to get me to go after you.
What do you mean?
They made a point in my meeting of outright telling me that I'm being offered half the money you are, half the time. Compare contracts if you want to. I'll let you take this picture. Hold out his contract, but
Jack's looking because he's already looked through both his and Lexi's.
I've been around enough that I kind of expect. Yeah, maybe they don't think much. I mean, that's fair. Opinions are like noses, but my instincts are telling me that they're trying to get me pissed at you, get me jealous. Not gonna lie, it's working, but if that's their tactic, I don't want to play that way.
I mean, so I'm saying this as both perspective and as fanboy of yourself, okay? Perspective wise, I can see them looking at some of the older wrestlers and be like lesser contracts and coming to like some like I'm 28. They're gonna give me a prime contract to seek me in, but this is just fucking bullshit because both me and you started in the backyard wrestling scene. Your name, the second people knew your name, the second I still walked in. Like people was like, "Have you seen the Freak in this battle royale? Like you're gonna go against the Freak." You were the person they nonstop talked about in the backyard scenes. We still talk about you in FCW. So but like now, hear me out. I don't have anybody with a feud. I have no one. I mean, you're telling me this. I'm aware of it. What if you don't want to play with it, but me and you? Because trust me, I saw. I got told no more light tubes. I don't like that, but that's me.
Yeah, they told me that too.
We'll find a way to make things hardcore. Like I mean, Lexi of all people can definitely find a way. That would maybe just like choke slamming, but that's a different story. But what if we played into it, but it's me and you on our own terms about it? Because like I said, I have no one I'm feuding with, and I can't really feud with my partner because
best to avoid that.
Yeah, you've seen the matches I've done against them in FCW and how I flirt the entire time. I don't think they want me to see me like spread eagle butt out. But like us, what if me and you did do something like?
We'll see.
I would be honored to do a story with you.
Games they're playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm signing because it leans to my own personal goals. Lexi's kind of on the fence, and I think that's more because of the green card status for them. And also they would have to drop their world title. But like I said, if you want to sign, I would be honored to have a storyline with you, Freak. Like I said, you're a backyard legend. We're both backyard wrestlers.
I'm definitely considering it. I don't have any pride about the
money,
and I'm even willing to work without the hardcore props.
I mean,
But
I
the
can
fact that
too.
they specifically compared my money to your money rang alarm bells for me.
And here's what's funny. I don't need this much money. My parents are loaded. I kind of have a trust fund, but I only use the trust fund to pay my bills. Everything else has been me getting through all this. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Them bringing up pay is very much a red flag. And like I said, I'm willing to work with you to fuck around with them if you want. You can even get Lexi involved. Lexi is the HOA's worst nightmare, and there's a reason why we had to move from one place to another place because Lexi pissed off the HOA department, but that's a different story. But like me and I 100% will help and support you. Even if you don't sign, I will talk to the guys at FCW and be like, no, sign Freak. He deserves it because sadly, like I said, FCW's gonna lose two of their big talents now. Like, but no, let me know. I want to help you, Freak. Like, you're a legend. You're respected in the backyard scene, regardless.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. But let's move it on to somebody else now.
Yep, let me go love on my poodle because she got groomed. I will be back.
You're muted, Carl. Or you seem to be.
Oh, sorry. Sterling, do you go over next when called?
If I've been called, then I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Sterling, please come take a seat. Congratulations on becoming the new RCW champion.
It's a career goal. It's a career goal.
Well, somebody like you, there's not much more time left for something like that, is there? So.
No, I'm very clear about that, and I know these long-term exclusive deals are being floated around, and I'm not expecting one because I know there's not enough time on the clock for you to do anything with me.
Well, let me answer what you're saying with a question. What does RCW stand for?
To me? What it means to me?
No, what do the letters RCW stand for?
Oh, it's Revolution Championship Wrestling.
Revolutionary Championship Wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're if I was to think of the word revolutionary, you're literally the last opposite person I would think of. You are literally the negative of revolution. You are going backwards with what wrestling should be. So, in my opinion,
I appreciate that.
The previous booker putting it on you was a nepotism thing, and he did it just because he was your friend.
You see now,
he did it as like a lifetime achievement award, which is not what a world championship should be, if you understand my meaning.
I do. And you know, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you because I know. I don't disagree with you because I know that, yeah, the fact that we knew each other did get me an opportunity here in RCW. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stupid. I'm not thick. I know
some of the things you said on television, quite frankly, should have got you fired in the early days, in my opinion.
You see, that was the conversation. You see, that was the conversation I had with the booker at the time.
Mm-hmm. And
he
decided to reward your.
If you'd let me finish.
Well, if you could speak a little faster, yeah.
He told me to come in here and to build up the likes of Jack and Bruiser and some of the other young kids who were still here at the time. But so my mission objective was to come in as the worst possible heel you could imagine, and then get those kids over.
And you
Because
don't-
and I did that.
And you don't believe that you could have done so without resorting to cheap tactics, such as going after people's sexual orientations and beliefs?
Did it get attention on social media? Were people talking about RCW?
In the negative way, yes.
I personally believe that any kind of heat is still heat.
Well, that is a way that they thought about things in the 80s, yes.
And it worked. Wrestling was bigger in the 80s than it is now.
But it is not the 80s anymore, Oliver, and you need to work within the corporate bubble.
Exactly, and that is why I'm telling you now. I know I'm not getting a deal, and that's fine.
I'm explaining to you that
I'm telling you I'm telling you how it's going to be.
And I'm telling you there might be a place for you in RCW, but your place would be behind the scenes. I am interested in your protege Casey. I would like to make him into a star. And we could keep you around as some sort of match agent or talent, somebody working behind the scenes is what I'm thinking.
I'm willing to have that. I'm willing to have a discussion as to what my career looks like after I have retired. But if this belt means anything to you, and I hope it does, let my last act in this as an active wrestler be picking the next guy. At least on TV.
Oliver, who would you like to relinquish the belt to?
Quite frankly, especially given what you've just said about Revolution, there is one man in this company who should be the top guy, and it is Jack. And I'll tell you, my first match here, I thought I went into that match, and I'll be very clear with you. When the booker put me in the ring with Jack, I didn't know what a transgender person was. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know the science of it, but I am of the opinion that you want your big corporate moment. Be the first company to have a transgender world champion.
I agree with you, but Jack seems to think that he wants the international championship, but
I can talk him round. Let me talk him round.
Okay. You got the conversation. In terms of a contract.
So how long
I was thinking a monthly basis.
Fine.
Of $1,000 a month as a downside guarantee, with chances to earn more of that with the matches that you have.
Sure.
And we will talk about when you'll be dropping the title to perhaps Jack in the next couple of weeks. And after that, once you do so, I think it will be time to perhaps move you to a behind-the-scenes role and step away from active competition.
I am open with the idea if I get to put over Jack for this belt, I'm willing to put the career on.
Sounds good.
But I don't. But I want to do that with Jack. So if you want somebody else to take the belt, then let Jack have that mid-card title, and then let me challenge him for it and put my career up against him. There's your two directions.
Well, I think there's no need to overcomplicate matters. Either Jack is going to go after the international title or your world title. have the conversation with Jack and see if that is something that he would be willing to do.
Okay.
So have a look over the short term deal and see if you want to sign on for another month. If not, we'll get the championship
Sure.
off you in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. I mean, I'll do the next month, so Sterling signs it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I'm doing the next month.
If you would send, I heard that Bruiser has had to step away for a family emergency, but if you would okay to be sending Chris, please.
Sure. Sterling swings by the locker room, passes the message to Chris, but doesn't stay. He goes straight to catering. So Sterling passes the message down to Chris and then goes to catering to have that conversation.
Jack's still sitting at a table. There's a third plate of food in front of him. There's 2 empty paper plates. There's a third one that he's eating out of right now.
Is Jack on his own in catering?
Yeah. No, because Lexi is in the women's locker room with Nova getting ready for tonight.
Okay.
As of right now, nobody has said they're spending time with Jack outside of the locker room, so he's in catering by himself.
So Sterling walks into catering, sits down opposite Jack, puts the makes the effort to sort of put the belt down, sort of stand like they do on the
It's propped
on those
up.
Yeah, props the belt up on the table.
Well, hi, Sterling.
Listen, kid.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both know I'm not long for this company, and they've just told me as such.
There's a visible frown on Jack's face hearing that, because this is the second time he just got told by one of his seniors, "Yeah, we don't want you. We're not valuing you that much."
But you know what? I accepted what they had to say, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, why?
I know you want the mid-card championship, but I think you and I both know that if I wasn't holding this, you would be interested in it.
I mean, I'm interested in it in general.
Yeah.
Just
So
everyone's going after it. It's not. It's just yeah.
Well, listen. I made the pitch to the new owner to give you the moment. You see, there's only one person in RCW that I think should beat me for this. And I'm looking at him.
Jack is sitting there a little gobsmacked. That's the word I'm looking for. I had to sit there and think of the word I needed. He's sitting there a little gobsmacked. And it's very much because like his wrestling career is very much online, because it's very 3-time internet champion holder. His career's online. Anything in his stuff. He's never retired somebody. And the last time when he got his world title in his home promotion, it was literally an incredibly bloody ass match, worse than him versus Bruiser in the glass match. So like he is very much sitting there gobsmacked and dumbfounded that Sterling is coming to him going, "I want you to be the one to retire me and take the title off." So he looks a tiny bit overwhelmed by this as well. Uh, are you sure? Especially with all the shit I just caused?
You see, several. I came to RCW. I came to RCW because I didn't have a career. Bruiser's dad saw to that, and you know the story. I've told you the story many a time in private,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him the story last show.
I bet Nova's told
So
me what McAllister is saying too, so I know both sides.
yeah. So quite frankly, RCW, what they've just told me they want, they've said they want to do Revolution. They want to live up to the Revolution name. And I don't know about you, lad, but the most revolutionary thing they can do in this day and age is have a transgender world champion. Now, I know you probably don't want to use that to leverage things, so use the fact that I was a down and out, nasty disgrace of a heel when I came into RCW. My first match was you. I think it's poetic that my last match is also you. Plus, let's be honest, the alternative is Bruiser, and fuck him, right?
I mean, yeah. At this point, also, Jack's now starting to get a little teary eye at this. Like I said, he is overwhelmed with he's being told you're the one I want to do this, and it's Sterling can see the conflict on his face because like he wants to go after the IN title, but he also wants to respect Sterling's request without a doubt. Because in his mind too, it is it would be incredibly poetic for him to be the final match for Sterling after them having their first match together.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out regardless, kid. So, and I know the old booker, he wanted Freak because Freak told me. Freak told me that he asked for that they wanted him. Now I know this new group probably don't want Freak to be that guy. They will have told me it's you or Bruiser. And Bruiser's going down this gothic, villainous ambulance driver path, which a heel as the world champion.
I mean, it would cause conversations and view it and ratings and all that.
I think there's more money, especially the pop online, in having the first transgender world champion. Now, if you need to talk it over with Nova and Lexi, which I think you probably do, then I'll leave you to have that conversation. But if I'm going out, I want to go out being beaten by somebody who have got a history in this company with, and I want to go, and I want that. If I get that moment of standing in that ring and handing this to you, that's a career. That's a career, kid. That's a career.
Jet
Sterling leaves.
At this moment, Jack's messing with the plastic silverware in his hands, kind of like how I'm messing with this rubber band I just found. And he's like, it's all processing in his head, and he just sits there and nods. He's like, that's not a conversation I have with them. That I can tell you this, Lexi will tell me do what I want to do because of my goals and my ambitions. I'll do it, Sterling. I'll be the one to hopefully dethrone you and put you into retirement if you will keep letting me.
If them upstairs will let that happen, that's the match I want. That's my last match. I don't quite know how we build to it. I've got a month's contract.
A month?
They said that they said they'd roll it a month by month based on whether the storyline works, but if I were you, I'd sign that exclusive contract. Because I think we could be looking at the man who sits atop RCW and takes RCW into the future. They've said I can stick around in the back, and I will stick around in the back to make sure that me handing this belt and my career over to you gets this company above WEW. You know what? Charles Ector left to go to WEW. Let's make him leaving here to go there a mistake. And he puts his hand out.
Saying Sir Charles Ector is the winning phrase for Jack. That the one man who in Jack's mind has a on-site target. So at that point, Sterling sees Jack, grins, and he shakes his hand. He's like, yeah, let's make that little British motherfucker regret it.
I mean, a bit less of the British thing, like that's my country too. But
he's kind of a dick, and that's. I call him Mr. Sir Hoity-toity bitch.
I get that, you know. So, yeah, you know.
He's a British bastard.
Anyway, Chris, please take over. I need to go and cry. I need to go and cry for a moment.
Yeah. All right.
Chris, come on in. I know that obviously Bruiser has returned to the building, but I want to speak to you alone first.
Oh, okay. All right. What do you got for me, boss?
Do you know that I've spoken to the owner of the BWF, and he has
McAllister, yes.
McAllister, of course, and he has informed me of some communications that were going on between Bruiser and the old owner, where Bruiser was basically vying for the world title and was going to throw you under the bus and leave you high and dry with the tag titles, with no regard.
Interesting.
So here's what.
Very interesting.
So I, quite frankly, I think you two as a tag team have run your course. I think tonight you drop the titles to 911, and then I think I see a much bigger future for you as a single star.
I've been hearing a lot of exclusivity coming around. Am I being offered a contract?
You are. Motions to his assistant who hands you a contract. It has a sufficient amount of zeros on it. It has a 2-year deal, and it has the medical coverage as well.
Okay. You've given me something to think about.
Go and take that to your attorneys. Have a look it over. But there's a lot of talk about Jack becoming the world champion now, so maybe the international title could be in your future.
I do like having the belt. And if I have to give up the RCW Tag Team Championship,
Yeah.
I would like to be put on track for something
We could
else.
break you two up and have a feud over the international belt between you and Bruce, so that seems like a sensible way to go about it.
That would be logical. Yeah, it's logical. All right, I'll take this to my attorney, and I'll have an answer for you by next taping.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
At the moment, no. But if I think of any, you said your door's open, yeah?
Certainly is. If you could send Bruce my way next, please.
All right. Do you want me to be in here for that too, or just nix it? He's all by himself?
It's to do with his contract now.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Chris walks out, sees Bruiser like on his way back, and I'm like, all right, man. He just wants us both different at times because like you were busy. So go ahead and get your talking to. I'll see you out in the ring, buddy.
What you got, man?
Take a seat. So, as you might have heard, exclusive contracts coming around. You'll only be able to work for RCW and BWF, and any companies that we acquire under our umbrella. Obviously, you'll read the stipulations in there where extreme hardcore wrestling will be strictly prohibited on a fine basis to make this company on a broader scale. Chairs can be used, trash cans, the usual but things such as glass, fire, barbed wire will all be banned from now on a 3-strike deal, where you will get rolling fines until you eventually are terminated if you continue to do so.
Okay.
On that, we are offering you a 2-year deal with half medical covered. And I think you'll find that the number is of the same value as some of your other peers, including Jack and your current tag team partner. In terms of creative direction, I think you've done all you can with the tag team titles at this point. I think you're going to lose those tonight. And then we will move you on to perhaps being the international champion, as you and Chris will feud over it.
He sits there for a minute and then he thinks and he's like, so you mean to tell me that I had to hot potato tag partners, and now all of a sudden, after we get one decent defense in, after the other booker decided to throw everybody under the bus because he didn't listen to what was pitched, now all of a sudden I gotta do this now. Is that what you're telling me?
I cannot be blamed for what the previous booker did. Quite frankly, the tag team scene was a mess because of all of that, and we need to have a clean slate.
I was under the impression that me and Chris and McAllister, we would be a dominant faction with 3 sets of tag titles.
Well, things change.
I don't know what McAllister has been telling you, but I can tell you this right now. I'm not trying to use my connections to him for anything. I don't know what he's been telling you. Because I gotta go have some conversations with 2 other people right after this anyway.
I know that you were vying for the RCW championship and were trying to have it so that you would immediately get it off the Freak when he was going to get the belt.
Not immediately right away. It was supposed to be a slow push thing, but...
Yeah, but it was still politicking either way, and I think at this point you and Chris have run your course as a tag team. Quite frankly, I don't think... From what I've heard, it wasn't really working out between you two. You're not really a cohesive unit, and you were a better tag team with Jack, but obviously you two decided to ruin that, so now you have to deal with the consequences.
Would you rather me stay heel or go back face then?
I think you make more sense as the heel and Chris is the face with the breakup.
That's all I need to know.
So I think tonight you lose the belts, you turn on Chris, and then we set up a program between you two.
That's all I need to know. Alright, well, I'll have my people take a look at this, and then I will get back to you next session then.
In terms of McAllister,
yeah,
he has obviously been vying for you to be the RCW champion as well. That'll come down the road, but I need.
I already know. I'm just gonna wait my turn.
I know.
I'm not gonna let.
But
I'm not gonna let
we're
him
talking to you about
influence
signing you
anything.
long term, and you want to be the champion. Prove yourself to be with this international feud.
All right.
If you can handle yourself in a professional manner and not have your backstage laundry aired on air, then we'll talk about it.
I don't know if he told you this or not, but I don't know what you've heard between him and Sterling, but I think McAllister is probably wanting to have probably a match with Sterling at some point. I don't know when that's going to be or if that's going to be in the air.
Maybe.
Not gonna fucking
Maybe. Quite frankly, I would.
I know how those two are with each other.
Okay.
And the only way that it would happen is probably something unsanctioned. That's the only way it would probably happen.
Sounds a little too dangerous for if those two want to have a fight, then they best not do it backstage. I am not interested in putting real politics on the air, quite frankly. And in terms of having those two have a match, I would rather watch paint dry.
Well then. Well, that being said, I got some other people I gotta go have a conversation with. So, is there anything else you need me for?
No.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
So the next person he's gonna go find is either Lexi or Nova.
They're both in the women's locker room.
He's just gonna he'll shoot them both the text
One
hey, can y'all meet me somewhere?
One thing I will say, everybody's been called in throughout the day. Nova has not been called in for a contract meeting.
Any particular reason why?
No, you don't know why. She just has not been called in for a contract meeting. Everybody else has been, apart from Nova.
So you mean to tell me that you've offered everyone else a contract, but you haven't even offered my fiance?
You've
You're
left.
not in the office. Why are you trying to start so? You're not in the office.
You've left. And also,
Yeah.
Imagine that was 3 p.m. It gets to about 5 p.m. when you realise that Nova's not been called in.
Alright. So at that point, he's probably either texted a Nova and or Lexi and if they can meet him.
I mean, Nova goes to meet him because Lexi has to get ready for a match.
Yeah. Alright. So why haven't they offered you a contract?
I don't know. I'm not asking.
So you mean to tell me that they've offered everyone else a contract extension, but they haven't even offered my own fiance one? What the hell?
Okay, first off, you guys are all wrestlers. I am not. So if they're only offering it to wrestlers, that's how it's going to be.
You're just as much part of this family as anyone else is. You know that.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean this is what I'm going to be doing.
I know that, but you know how I feel about it.
I know, but if they want to have me, they will have me. If they don't, they don't. I have told you several times, this is originally not my world.
All right.
It's up to them if they want to keep me on as management. Until then, I work with Lexi on screen. It's their call.
All right. Hey, well, I gotta go get ready. I guess I'll see you after then.
Yeah, and you can sleep on the couch tonight. Because if you're going to use dirty hand techniques with McAllister, who I don't trust, to get a title shot, you can sleep on the couch.
First of all, I never asked him to do that. And I never even met with him for that anyway.
Yet, still, I'm hearing that's what's happening. And if you're going to go along with it, like I said, you can sleep on the couch tonight.
That fucking cop blocker old man. Alright. I guess I'll see you later then.
And she just heads back.
Anybody else got anything they want to do before the show begins?
Both Jack and Sterling are going to come back to the Booker.
So, you told me to go and speak to him. I did. And he's... Jack is okay with taking the belt from me and it being my last match. I know we've got to build to that because at the moment on TV we're part of a stable together.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do that tonight. I can set this last match up. Go on.
An idea. What if you let Sterling be a working champion? Like every match he's defending somebody else on the roster, and then the final match between me and you can do the, well, I've kind of done everything, and I can go, well, I haven't fought you yet. Jack looks like a little boy in the principal's office because, like, this is a big opportunity. He's just like, oh fuck.
I like
we can
that.
do that.
I like
we
that.
can do that.
Every match that you have is a championship match, and the first one that you lose the title and you retire. I like that.
Yeah, and that way it sets him up because, like, yeah, Sterling has a complicated history, but for us in the locker room, he is one of our locker room leaders. We look up to him. He helps us. So, like, it would kind of, for the rest of us being able to have, if we want the opportunity, one last match with him too, we can have that match before I retire him and take the title off. But of course, that's your decision when you want to do that. I'm just pitching the idea.
Yeah, okay, so I like it. Let's do it. So eventually he'll head out to the instead of it coming on a whiteboard, it'll come via a memo to all of your emails and devices. Will come the card for tonight's show. 911 against Chris and Bruiser for the tag team titles, just in a regular tag team match. It will be Sterling defending the RCW Championship against the Freak. It'll be Jack against Lexi.
Is Sterling able to respond asking for some promo time?
Yes, you can both have some promo time before your matches. Anybody who wants to speak before your match can do so. Just don't ramble or get personal. Anything I have to get the lawyers involved with will be a black mark against you. And for those of you who feel that you're getting an unfair deal in the new ownership, go out there tonight and prove me wrong. Contracts are always up for negotiation.
Me sitting here going, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with Nova if I'm fighting myself?
Equally, those of you who have been promised things, that's on a card subject to change basis. If you go out there tonight and do something that discredits the company, or yourself, or you just have a poor performance, then maybe things will be rethought. Have a good show. And remember, keep it tame.
It's because I know I'm going to have to describe my own fucking match. Who's winning out of my match?
You are. Jack.
Okay, I was like, saying you doesn't help.
You should have just said it, you are.
You are is crazy.
I love this. I get to give you guys a quick summary of how this match goes.
Let's tell you what. For the sakes of brevity, since we went very long with the backstage stuff tonight because of all the shake-ups, let's have the opening match be the match between Jack and Lexi. And instead of doing rolls and things, Jack, Kim, why don't you tell us about the match between Jack and Lexi that opens the show?
Okay. Oh God, and I love how I said Jack earlier. It's like they don't want to see me bussy open for my own partner, and he's gonna be bussy open for his own partner now. So Lexi, of course, will come out first with Nova behind them. And one of the differences with Lexi is they have gone, instead of the long t-shirt, they have gone to like essentially a midriff crop top. And today's message on their shirts, they have not also signed the contract yet, so they can still wear it technically, is still fuck ice. They are fully aware next week. If Sterling wants to be there, yes. They are fully aware.
Who's wearing that t-shirt?
Lexi, because they're an immigrant.
As Lexi gets towards the gorilla position, or our version of the gorilla position, whatever you want to call it, one of the Mike's man's assistants will come and put masking tape over the swear word on the. At
that point, Lexi will just take off the shirt and just wrestle in their sports bra.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, no. If you're gonna censor my message, I ain't wearing it. Fuck that. But so then, at that point, they're just coming out in a sports bra.
Yeah, well,
and their wrestling tights. Nova is standing there with Lexi, just like, not what I planned, but we're gonna move forward with this because you're showing off their body, and because Lexi has always been wearing baggy t-shirts, everyone can actually see their entire like torso is incredibly fit. Like they have a 6-pack and everything. Like Lexi is getting people going, oh fuck, as they come out in just the sports bra on their tights. Nova, like I said, looks delighted about this response, but is also like, why did you take off your shirt? Why did you take off your shirt? And they make it to the ring. Then Jack's music hits. And at this point, he stands and sees just Lexi without their shirt on. It's like, turns to Sterling, who comes out with him. It's like, oh, I'm getting a wonderful treat tonight. Seeing this. And hurries into the ring. God, fuck. So I'm not going to explain in detail what they do, just the summary of how this match is going to go. The entire time, Jack is being a fucking simp beyond simp. Like, you could just brand with full-on Fireforge brand simp on his forehead. Because the entire time, he is being flirty. He is making innuendos that are appropriate for TV because he is signing his, so he is still going to try to be appropriate. And is also constantly throughout this match trying to make Lexi break character. And Lexi almost breaks several times. But between the two of them, you do see their dominance of Lexi being very much a powerhouse technician almost, while Jack is your high flyer striker. Like, best way to describe these two in the ring. And how it ends with the pin, because Nova does get involved trying to get Jack to stop being a flirt and take the match serious. Like, it's very prominent of Nova. It's like, can you stop flirting with your partner? Please, for the love of God, stop flirting with your partner. Making it entertaining as well. But the way the match ends is Lexi gets swamp wrapped, falls face flirt, and then Jack just decides, okay, I'm going to have fun, and just lays on top, just spread eagle like this over their partner. And once they hit the 3, their hands go down, smacks Lexi's ass as they stand up in victory. Because, like I said, I'm not going to go in full detail. This is exactly what happens, is Jack is making Lexi break this entire fucking match. Carl, I can't hear you.
I was actually muted that time. The crowd responded in kind. A lot of them are our crowd. They go along with it. They're enjoying it. There's a couple of sticklers in the mud conservatives who cross their arms and act like arseholes about it, but they're drowned out by the supporters. As you go backstage, you'll get the nod from Man as he's at the gorilla position. He'll just say to you, could have been a little less of the sexual stuff, but other than that, good job.
Oh, I only go like that when it's them and them only, because it's fun to make them break. But I promise you, next matches, it won't be like that. I do promise.
Yes, I do need a certain amount of taking it seriously from my world champion.
Yeah, no,
I Sterling in the first match. Only do that with Lexi, do you?
Wait, what?
You kissed Sterling in his first match.
I did kiss Sterling in his first match. I did.
Sterling sort of standing next to you like, don't bullshit the new owner. You know, he's giving us what we want.
Well, no, I'm being serious. I promise. I'm even though being a flirty gay guy, and they look at Lexi and then look back at me, and even though they're like, yeah, this doesn't help my credentials that my partner's tits are right there in front of my face. But I promise you, I will drop that because as long as you let me be my swamp cowboy self, I can drop the sexual stuff.
Right, cool. So
yeah, just let me be a little gay cowboy. I will do.
Branding for T-shirts and things. Are you now going by Gator Jack again, or
Backyard Jack?
Backyard Jack. Okay. Well,
That used to be like
early
ring name.
We'll have the graphics design team work up some merchandise and show you some concepts.
Okay. And I'll talk to Lexi about the fuck eyes. With our climate, it helps people get back behind them because they are in maroon as well.
There's a way to get your message across without being so blatant.
Nova's likely going to try to help them find some new shirts so they can still be political, like how they are, and with all that, with their very presence and all, and Also, was Nova good, all right for this, because she's aware you didn't offer, but she's still gonna try to sell it for you.
Will be on a per show basis. I don't think we need to see a contract for somebody who is part-time and not really committed to the business, so they'll get a per show appearance deal. I'll let them know if they're not needed. Otherwise, if they could just continue coming to the shows every session.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she will be perfectly fine with that, is per show, because like she does run 2 salons. She is a drag performer, but she does a lot to help everybody behind the scenes, and we'll keep doing that.
Yes. If they could keep turning up to the tapings, and I will use her and give her a paper appearance deal when needed.
Yeah, I think she would be good with that, because like I said, I'll work with her 2 salons and her drag career very easily.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll make sure those changes, no more sexual shit, and I'll talk to Lexi about wearing the profanity shirts.
I prefer you guys and Nova when they're not associated with Bruiser. I like them better.
Oh, none of us associating with Bruiser anymore?
Yeah, I like Nova better when she's not associated with Bruiser.
I mean, that's kind of why she's with Lexi, because if it takes my side, it looks bad.
Yeah.
It's a giant complex fucking issue that a lot of us let it. I'm just gonna go, because he's gonna go into a repetitive circle, and he knows this, so he's like, I'm just gonna go, and just walks away.
Okay, and the next match on the card is the tag team championship match. The two powerhouse towers, known as 911, will head to the ring. Bane and Dominator. They will just stand there, arms folded. One of them in the Mexican luchador guy in a mask, and the guy just 7 foot tall, sort of black goatee, black hair, that kind of thing, tattoos, all that kind of stuff. And they will wait as the music of the tag team champions hits. Bruiser and Chris, just if you want to describe your entrance, and then if you want to do any promos, feel free to go ahead.
So this time they just show up. They don't have the ambulance this time. They're just coming out. Pretty much just strictly coming out. He's just all serious. He's not. You can tell he's kind of irritated, but he's not letting it show. I guess if that makes sense. But he doesn't even slap any hands or nothing. He barely even acknowledges Chris as they're trying to talk to him. He's just like, then just gets into the ring, and pretty much looks at Chris is like, "You want to prove yourself? Here you go." He gets out of the ring. And he just stands on the in his corner with his arms crossed.
Chris,
I take it that means I'm going first.
Yeah, are you getting on the mic or anything, or are you just getting ready for that?
I'm just getting ready for the match.
Yeah. I'd say Chris was probably a little miffed that he didn't really even get acknowledged by Groover. What? Bruiser? So probably follow along a couple feet behind, kind of like under my breath, be like, typical. Because I'm not exactly happy about hearing that my partner is going to betray me, so I'm kind of like hearing this rumor and I'm not happy. So, in kind of a mental preparation for that, I'm gonna follow a couple feet behind. I'll give a couple of high fives to the fans as I hit the ring, and I do notice the gesture. So I'm like, all right, I'll go first, and I get in the ring and I'll get ready to start the match.
So it's up to you guys since you're against a couple of NPCs. Do you want to play out the match, or shall we do a abbreviated version?
I think for time we can do an abbreviated version because I know we've got some UK nerds here.
We're a bit late on that because of the XA stuff went so long.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is there any particular spots you guys want to do during the match?
I think the focus for me right now is what happens after the match, knowing that I gotta drop it.
Mm-hmm.
So
what I'll do then, I'll say both of you roll a. I believe it's what's the showmanship one called? Luck. Both of you roll 1d6 luck for the acting, as it were.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, that's not great. That's a 2, and I think my look is bad. I forgot my paper. Hold on.
What did you get, Bruiser?
On 1d6, I just rolled a 6, and my look is 0.
Okay. You're coming in with 2 momentum. Do you want to spend any momentum to make that a success? Considering this will be probably your only roll of the match.
Yeah, okay, so I am gonna do that because I had a 2 and I have a -2, so that makes that a 0.
You could not spend enough momentum to make that a success because it has to be over 6.
Couldn't they?
Oh,
I just want to throw this out there. They wouldn't be able to take any of my momentum for that, would they?
No.
All right, I was just offering.
So what was your roll was 6? Do you want to spend a momentum to make it 7?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So, Chris, you are trying to get across these emotions of this match. Unfortunately, the politicking backstage that's going on with the new ownership has got in your head, and you are distracted noticeably. So you're not able to put on a performance because you're basically head fucked by the new ownership and everything that's happened today and what you've been told, and you just seem out of it during the match. So you're not able to act as much. Like, you look like upset, but you look really upset as opposed to wrestling upset. Which is noticeable to people who are looking at you in the ring. Bruiser, you are able to get the more pantomime, the crowd are able to tell that something's going on between you two as you are putting in more heelish mannerisms during the match, that kind of thing. But finally the finish comes as Chris, distracted as you are, you walk straight into a double choke slam from Bane and Dominator. They slam you down the ring, and then Bane is going to cover Chris and look directly at Bruiser as he does.
I want to throw in my own little theatric. I'm just standing there and I'm just like...
1, 2, 3. As the crowd act with shock as you do nothing to break up the cover, as the announcer's made, and new RCW World Tag Team Champions, Bane and Dominator, 9-1-1, as they take the belts, hold them up high. They leave the ring, laughing in your direction, Bruiser, as they head leaving the scene as the tag team champions again. Chris is down the middle of the ring, starfished. Bruiser, you roll the apron.
So he's gonna roll into the ring, and you can just see that his face is just like. Think of Bill Bixby whenever he was about to transform into the Hulk, basically. So at this point, he is pretty. When the camera wasn't looking, he managed to slip a pair of black contact lenses into his eyes. So it's like he's going through a metamorphosis. He's pretty much gonna get down on top of Chris and just start throwing these elbows and punches to their face. He's making them look good. He's not legitimately really hitting them, but he's screaming loud enough where the people can hear. I taught you better than this. You let me down. You let me down. This is on you. And then he's gonna grab Chris by the back of their hair, gonna hook arms underneath his leg, and just in the traditional Sister Abigail pose, and just scream out, "Time of death," kiss to the head, Sister Abigail in the middle of the ring. But he's not done. He's then
There's
gonna.
more?
There's one last thing. So he's gonna get Chris up, but he's still doing the character work though. Gonna throw his arms around Chris's head. They're gonna whisper into their ear, "The tape on my right wrist is loose. Tear it, catch the blood capsules, and when you feel my fingers go against your neck, let the blood flow."
Oh
Was
my,
that too
okay.
much?
If it's not too much for Carl, I'll oblige.
All right, so then he's
You
gonna
guys can
pretty
do
much.
whatever. You guys can do whatever you want, but you know that the contracts did not say anything about blood. But you guys can do whatever you want. The contract is
so it's.
yeah, but there's nothing in the contract about blood.
It was just like the light tubes and fire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so then he's gonna get Chris into a cross jacket, like Killer Cross, but then he's gonna put his right wrist over their mouth so they can tear the tape and catch the capsules. And then he's gonna take these two fingers, kind of like how Mick Foley would do the mandible claw, but he's gonna act like he's pressing into their Adam's apple to acting like he's trying to injure them, but he's not. And as he has the move locked in, you can hear him scream out, "We're losing them, Doc! We're losing them! Check the airway! Check the airway!"
I'll lead into it and kind of like be struggling because, but I'm obviously probably concussed at this point. Jesus.
Yeah, but anyway, as soon as I imagine at this point that there are other referees and people are trying to pull me off at this point, I would say.
Yeah, there's a referee surrounding you, like, the bells ringing over and over again, and they're just grabbing you and being like, that's enough, the match is over.
Well, when he finally lets go, you can see him get literally. "I told you, if you were with me, you were to follow the sirens." He'll roll out of the ring and leave.
Eventually, the show will fade to commercial as Chris is loaded onto a stretcher. The crowd are booing heavily at Bruiser's actions. We come back up, and in the middle of the ring is a new figure in RCW. Ray Arden's there doing the ring announcing, but this guy is standing with a clipboard in hand, and it is the new owner and head booker, Michael Mann, as he is stood in the ring. "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Mann, and I am here to represent the brand new network, CTV, here at RCW. I will be the voice of the network. And as the voice of the network, it has been decreed that our current world champion, Oliver Sterling, is not of the right material to be champion, and quite frankly, his days are numbered. We need youth, we need Revolution as champion. So,
So, some close personal friends of mine, the ancient Egyptians, they had a beautiful thought about death. Upon death, at the gates of heaven, you're asked 2 questions, and your answers, they determined whether you would go into the afterlife or whether you would go to hell. The first question was, did you find joy? And the second question was, did you bring joy? Now, I'd like to think after 30 plus years as a professional wrestler, I've brought joy to crowds all around the world. Whether that's them wanting to see me get my head kicked in, or whether they wanted to see me kick somebody else's head in. But the second question, the question about finding joy, up until a couple of weeks ago, I would have had to answer that question as no. You see, I would have had to say that I hadn't found joy in life. And then I became your RCW World's Heavyweight Champion. And I think... No, I don't think I know that means more to me than any moment that I have had in my life. Right now, every match I have is a world title match. Every world title match could be my last. I agreed to that stipulation because I know that this company does not need me as world champion. This company needs revolution. This company needs something new, something different. So yeah, the man who beats me for this championship will be the man who ends my 30 plus year career. And that might be tonight, because as you know, I don't have a very good record against the Freak. So if tonight is my last night, I just want each and every one of you here tonight to know it has been a goddamned honor.
With that, the Freak's music will hit.
The curtains part and the homeless people are not there. It's just the Freak coming out alone. He's wearing a clean, new, white, pressed Freak t-shirt and a nice pair of tights instead of the ragged black ones that he normally wears. They've been in the plastic bag in the back of his van for probably a year now. He's breaking them out, putting on a nice suit for the job interview. Walking down to the ring, climbing in the ring, grabbing a mic. Sterling, the last time you and I were in this ring, you beat me at my own game. I'm man enough to admit it. But now, there is a new game. Looking over at, what was his name again? The McMahon.
Michael Mann.
Looking over at Michael Mann as I'm saying there is a new game in town. There are new stakes on the line. I'm sorry, Sterling. I'm so very sorry. Throw the mic down, and I'm throwing the first punch.
Okay, so the match will get started with you in control. It makes sense. The belt is dropped. The referee gets out of the ring as you hammer into him. Are you returning shots, Sterling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brawling.
I'm thinking hockey fight, right?
Yeah, you two just hockey fight it in the middle of the ring.
I mean, are we just going to do the same thing that everyone else was doing, where we're just going to sort of throw shit in, and because I think
yeah, I mean, yeah. But so we doggy fight. You guys start having a very sort of brawly match. Obviously, given your history. So I'll go to each in turn. I'll go to Freak first. Any spots that you would like to make sure to get into this match?
Well, in particular, Freak psychology going into this from a behind-the-scenes point of view, as well as in character. He is trying to make Sterling question whether or not this is actually a safe environment like he thought it was. I literally want the real person, Sterling, going, "Oh shit, is this?" So I'm. But that said, I'm making a point of following the lines of trying to stay in the ring as much as possible, not doing. So yes, I'm thinking. Let's see. When I thought we were going to play it out completely, I was picturing a spot where like an atomic drop, bounce off, clothesline, just brutal, hard hitting shit. Freak is trying to impress this new asshole.
Yeah.
And in the end, yes, I'm absolutely going to lose.
Roll me a work for all of that combined.
Okay. Worst at. Okay, that's cool. Total of 12.
You get a momentum. Yes, you managed to pull off all these moves first flawlessly, and Sterling, you are convinced. You're like, shit, he's hitting me with some live ones. Does Freak actually hate me? Like he is, he's hitting these moves pretty stiff, and some of these shots are connecting. Sterling, what about you? Any shots you want to get? Any moves you want to get in during the match until the finish?
I sort of want to take it back to basics in that I want Freak to absolutely beat the ever loving piss out of Sterling, and to the point that the people in the audience think it's over. That Freak has taken that what Sterling said about the ancient Egyptians and death is coming true tonight. So Sterling just takes it and takes it. He's pinning these down that I think some of these might be live rounds, but he also thinks the Freak's professional enough and they know each other well enough to know that he's not really throwing live rounds. If he is, what he's doing is he's doing it because he kind of needs to. Sterling knows he's not getting a deal. Freak might get a deal if he looks really good. So Sterling is trying to make Freak look good. So Sterling is just taking an absolute hammering because at some point the weight comes off, and I want Sterling to do the old holiday camp. Get the crowd.
Can I interject one thing before you get to that? I got an awesome lead up to that. Okay. So Freak, again, looking at McMahon, or whatever name, Mick.
Mick Man! Call him Mick
Yeah.
Man!
Screams at the top of his lungs, "So you want a revolution?" Kick to the gut, the finishing move pile driver, and then I'm going to guide Sterling if I have to kick out at 2.5.
1, 2,
And then do your
and then
Hulk up
that's a
there.
2,999.
Yeah,
The crowd.
Sterling. I want to slow it right. I want to slow it right down. 2.9999. Sterling gets the arm up and leaves the arm up. So it's like bang, and like like it is a fist. It's a fist as well.
The crowd lose their shit. They are like, holy shit! They couldn't believe that you kicked out there. They thought that was the end.
Sterling punches down into the mat.
And now
Sterling.
And then when you start, and then as you come out of that, as Freak is backing off, presumably in shock, you start stamping your feet.
Sterling is stamping. He's doing all the stuff, stamping his feet.
As the crowd start clapping and stamping along, and the building is shaking as you rise up.
Sterling's 2.5 moves of doom are coming up now. You know,
Freak, you're gonna come in with a swinging punch, I'd imagine.
Sterling ducks it. He sort of bionic elbow. All of the moves that you haven't seen done by a regular wrestler since about 1952. You know, like the bionic he does all of the balls, the elbow, the wind up haymaker punches. You know.
So I want you to roll a work then for all of that.
Okay. Work is my best stat by some distance. So I got a 9. No, wait, 7. 7 flat plus I've got a +3. So
yeah, that's a 10.
So I had to reload. I had to reload my dice.
Momentum. You successfully crowd are fully behind you as you nail these moves, and then you're going to go into your finishing maneuver, presumably.
Well, the finishing sequence. Let's do all of it. Sterling goes for a power slam.
Okay. Yep.
Straight out in 1987, where a man in yellow trunks did it to a very large man in a black singlet.
The crowd are going crazy. Yeah.
And then off the ropes for the splashdown.
Boom! Big splash. 1, 2, 3. Here was your winner and still RCW champion.
What before
Oliver Sterling.
Before Sterling gets back up, he gets close to Freak's ear and he says, "It's been an honor.
You're welcome, buddy.
To go one last time with you." And then he gets up and he holds the. He stands in the corner where I'm doing it. I'm calling him Mick Man, where Mick Man is hanging out, and he holds up the belt, and he just looks around the crowd. Any day.
As you walk backstage. When you eventually come to the back, Freak, you are called into the office. So,
as he starts talking, I'm pulling out the flash paper from where it was hidden on me, throwing it on the desk, pointing out that I had it ready to go and didn't use it. Now, what's up?
What's this?
Flash paper. That line, so you want a revolution? I was going to start the match with it. Say flash of fire. Woo! Doesn't actually hurt anything.
Okay, that's just play fire. That's fine. We can use that. That's not a problem. Okay.
Good clarification to know. I chose not to after the conversation.
No. It seems that I judged a book by its cover. So, I will be in touch with you at the next session with a new contract.
That sounds good.
Just between you and me,
Yes.
the only reason that Sterling even got the win over you tonight is because of how the crowd respond to him. We're going to make sure to change that.
I worked very hard to get that crowd reaction for him.
I know you did, and that's why you're getting a new contract.
Thank you.
Later on, one of the assistants will bring a contract to you, which is at the same level as everybody else.
I will definitely take the what do you call it? Due diligence and have a lawyer look at it. But yes, Freak will be signing it.
Jack would give Freak a card. Like, here's my lawyer. He'll do it for you. I got you.
I got a guy in Iowa.
So I'll bring it end to the show. Everybody who was on the show get a +1 audience. If you won your match, get +2.
Woo! Jack gets an advancement point.
I might as well, but I'm gonna bank them. But I'm gonna bank any advancements because I think I'll be switching over to a different character model. So unless my advancements transfer over to the new character, I'll be
over the course of the week, the weeks in between tapings, you guys will get a welcome booklet. Welcome to the company of CTV, and it'll have all these standards and practices things in it of what you can and can't do on the show anymore, listing the things that they don't want you to say, the words you can't say, obviously all the swear words are prohibited, all that kind of stuff that you can say on the mic. Also in there will be a couple of other things. Outsiders are not permitted in the locker room or around the arena during the show.
Fair.
Also, in there, no smoking or drinking backstage.
Carl's been playing TW. Those are all options on the backstage mode.
And the final one is everybody must be here at 12 p.m. sharp for the 8 p.m. bell time. So you can be here for all the production meetings.
That's also one of the tick boxes on TW.
So, with that said, we will bring this episode to a close. I know it's been a bit of a different one, a bit more role-play heavy, a bit more behind-the-scenesy, but hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
I think that was better.
I did. I was happy to have more behind the scenes, to be honest, but that's because I like.
And as you know,
I think the character
for the stuff
better.
for the stuff that of me as the character, I was obviously he was deliberately fucking with people and stirring the pot with things and.
Oh no, we noticed.
Starting to stir people up.
Why do you think Jack went? Hey, Freak, if you want to fuck him over, I'll help you with it. Like, I'm happy to work with you, my dude.
No, I think things are okay now. Although I do definitely want to try to get the previous Booker's phone number and check in on him.
Yeah, the other people will have it. You can get in touch with me, and you just get back. Yeah, I'm fine. Gone home. Might get back into the business. Might not. I hope you guys have a good show. It'll be a lot more corporate now, but I think you guys are onto bigger and better things.
I will say at some point that Bruiser saw the new a Booker again. He would just come in and be like, "So, was that heal enough for you, or what?"
That was good.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna be embracing a new alternate side of me for a while. See where it goes.
Sounds good. Well, with that said, everybody, thank you for joining us, and we shall see you for episode 4.